I got a Blackstone, and on this griddle, we can make juicy burgers with a crispy sear in a matter of minutes. So today we are making smash burgers on my new Blackstone. I am super excited. What we're gonna be doing is taking some of these prime rib pre-made patties, and I'm actually gonna cut them in half, roll them into some little balls. We're gonna get them smashed on my Blackstone. So without further ado, these patties are about 5.5 ounces each. And for smash burgers, I like my patties to be about 2.5, 2.75. So I'm just gonna take these and split these right down the middle. For smash burgers, you wanna get your meat into a little ball. So all we're gonna go ahead and do is get our meat into little balls like this. Just go ahead. Let's get all these going. So now that we have all of our little meat circles formed, what I'm gonna be using today is some of Killer Hog's AP seasoning. It's just salt, pepper, garlic, and I just like to get some good seasoning on there before I actually put it on the Blackstone. I see a lot of people smash it down and then season it, and to me, by the time that you smash it down and take off that parchment paper, it's almost too late. So I like to go ahead and season up my patties right now. That way they have a good 15-20 minutes to kind of sit in that seasoning, soak in some of that good flavors. And as you guys can see, when it's all said and done with, this is what my little patties look like. Just a little bit of salt, pepper, and garlic all the way around. If you want to get creative, you could start putting on different kinds of barbecue rubs, different kinds of wet sauces. You can get your own ground beef and make like a little meatloaf out of it. You really do whatever you want to do, but I just like to go salt, pepper, and garlic. And I have noticed that this rub, it starts off very salty, but then towards the end of the bottle, I feel like a lot of that garlic gets left at the bottom. So make sure that you're shaking up your bottle really good before you go and use it. Otherwise, you're gonna have an imbalance in your rub. So now that I have this all good, I'm gonna go ahead and wash my hands and I'm gonna prepare my buns. So for me, whenever I like to do smash burgers, I like to use a nice brioche bun that has that nice little finish on top. Kind of has a little bit of a sweeter taste. We're getting a lot of that good salt and that cheese in there. I like to balance out my flavors. If you like a normal potato bun or just a normal white bun, be my guest, but I noticed that brioche also toasts up really nice. So for me, whenever I toast my buns, I like to take mayonnaise. I know a lot of people use butter, but me, I'm a big fan of mayonnaise. All you're doing is getting some sort of fat on there. It's really all you're doing. You're putting fat on there like a butter or oil. That's what's gonna give you a nice crispy finish. So I like to put a nice little bit of mayonnaise on there. Then it's really important that whatever you use, mayonnaise, butter, it's important that you get these on the Blackstone right away. You don't wanna let these sit out for 10 minutes because the fat will actually soak into the bun and then it's not gonna get a super crispy finish and you're gonna have a soggy bun on the inside. So ideally, lather these up, slap them on. That is the best way to get a crispy finish on your bun. So that being said, let's do my own advice instead of doing the opposite of what I just told you to do. So let's go outside. So we are out here at my new Blackstone. I'm gonna be making videos on this along with my smoker now. I love this. I've made a lot of really awesome food. So the first thing we're gonna be doing today is just getting it on. It's real simple. You're just gonna press in, hold it, let the gas go. So we got that one lit. There we go. So whenever I toast buns, I like to do it at a little bit lower of a heat, so that way you can get it good and crispy without actually burning the bread. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna turn my temperature knobs down here, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get my buns, and I'm just gonna get them slapped on there. And we're just gonna let these buns sit on here. I'm gonna kind of twist them a little bit to see how they're doing. We're gonna let them cook for about maybe 30 seconds, then I'll check them out. All right, so it's been about 30, 45 seconds. See how our bun looks? Look at that. That is beautiful. That is exactly what you want your buns to look like. Nice and crispy, but not too much. Let's check out that top. As you see, we got good contact here. That's a little bit soggy, so I'm gonna go ahead and press that down. Now, you don't want to ruin the top of your bun, but I do want to see if I can get that spot to make contact. Just let that sit on there for another 15 or so seconds. We're gonna go ahead and call that good for our tops and our bottoms. So we're gonna set that off to the side. Now, next step, I want this heat all the way up, max heat for our burgers. So once your Blackstone gets piping hot, so it starts smoking like this, you know it's really, really good to be able to sear meat. I'm gonna go ahead and get one of these little balls. I'm just gonna press it right there. We get my other one. I'm gonna press it on the other side. I'm gonna set this down. And you can let this sit as long as you want. It's not really gonna cook at all. I mean, you don't wanna put it on there for an hour, but if you have it on there for a few seconds, that's fine. You wanna make sure that you have a piece of parchment paper and some sort of press like this. I like to use this big press because you can put it on top of a steak or whatever, but the deal here is, I'm gonna set this on top. Get this, you wanna press down. You wanna make this really thin, put some weight into it, and then hold it for about a good 10 to 15 seconds. And then you're gonna need to do it immediately on the other side, because by the time you're done with this, it's almost gonna be ready to flip already. These things cook almost instantly. So we're gonna be 1, 2, 3. You're gonna lift up. Get this parchment paper up. We're gonna repeat this thing to the other side. Then press down, smush it a little bit. Fold it. 1, 2, 3. All right, here we go. Now this is the part where you want to have your cheese in hand. You guys can see we got some good little crispiness on our edges. We'll let this sit here and cook for another 5 seconds or so. Now we're gonna go ahead and flip it. As you guys can see, we got a nice and crispy finish on that. Beautiful, nice and crispy. Now I'm gonna come over here and get cheese on both of these. Cheese right there. Cheese right there. I'm gonna let this cook for about another 15 seconds or so. I'm gonna go ahead and get my buns. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna place this on top of this one. I like to put my top bun on there. Grab my bottom bun. I gotta shovel it off onto there. And as you guys can see, we have an epic little smash burger that we are ready to eat. All right, guys, well, there's nothing left to do but to eat and dig into this burger. As you guys can see, we have a super, super crispy finish on this meat, gooey cheese, brioche bun, nice and sweet, has a good sear on it. Let's go ahead, take a bite. That is so, so good. There is nothing like a backyard cookout, summertime cookout. We got smash burgers going on the grill, on the Blackstone, whatever you guys are doing. Give this recipe a try. It's real simple. You just smash down some burgers, it cooks in like 20 seconds, throw some American cheese on there, get a nice little brioche bun toasted with some mayonnaise, and you got happy friends or happy Nick, one or the other. If you guys want to see me make more Blackstone recipes, let me know down in the comments below. Be sure to check out another great video that I have right here. And as always, I'll see you in my next burger.